we've had a pretty wild week of news. And the last time we did a show a week ago, or at least in the time that happened since, Elon Musk and Matt Taibbi decided that now's going to be the best time to just drop a fucking bombshell. And by the way, bombshell, really? Our culture's not your goddamn prom dress. Yeah, our culture is not your goddamn news scoop.
Exactly right. I mean, we need to this is the year 2022. We need to stop using cultural sensitive phrases for news.
It's sickening, honestly. Cultural appropriation,
or like news dump. I'm sorry, my Taco Bell dinner is not your fucking news headline.
By the way, speaking of Taco Bell, Jay, I just discovered this like moments ago. I think it's called the Taco Bell Takedown. Have you heard of this?
I have not.
Oh my god, this is like, I don't even know if this is. I only found it on Instagram, so this is gonna be tough to find. But I think it's on not Modern Warfare, Warzone. You heard of this?
I've heard of Warzone. I have not heard of this Taco Bell Takedown.
It's like or maybe it's Modern Warfare. I'm a bit. It's all the
same. It's all the same.
It's all the same. I guess it's all the
skin on it, just to make you waste more money.
Really? Yeah, of course. You got to waste more money. I don't play it anymore simply because I don't have. I love how we get off on this tangent. Our ADHD knows no bounds.
Absolutely not. We need. Well, I now really want to know what the fuck this Taco Bell dump is, because after this, I'm gonna go and get Taco Bell for sure.
I know, and maybe I could find it on my phone. But I'll read the next story as we continue going on, and that is the Twitter files. Matt Taibbi and Elon Musk. Apparently, Taibbi decided to become to do PR work for the world's richest man. At least that's how everybody within the corporate media likes to describe it.
Well, especially NBC shill and piece of shit, Ben, whatever the fuck his name is. That guy is Cummins. He donkeys come in his ass. That's what it is. That's Ben donkeys coming in his ass. Now, he has been going on a fucking rant, whining about this. He's like one of the most outspoken person about it, trying to claim that he's a PR mouthpiece now for the richest guy in the world. That's how he's trying to frame it.
It might be the weirdest thing I've seen from a reporter claiming to be a non-biased, if you will, to be what's the word I'm looking for? Not. Look, this guy works for Comcast, and he's talking about Matt Taibbi doing PR work for Elon Musk. But let's get to the actual story of what's happening with the Twitter files, because it's still unfolding. If you haven't actually had a chance to read through the actual thread, I recommend that you do. I will just take a few examples of, or at least a few takeaways from what was said in that exchange, because Jay's illiterate. Jay can't read, so I have to read it out to him. Right?
Please.
Right, Jay? Yes. Okay. So let me at least share my screen with you. And it's okay if the sound isn't on. I will boomer it one way or another.
It's gonna have to happen.
It's gonna happen. So,
and this is like a 29, 30 or 30 something tweet.
He missed a perfect opportunity to truly be legendary and end the thread at 69. Terrible. Missed opportunities. Either way,
you should rag on about.
Either way, in the first part of the thread, Matt's setting up the stage, saying, like Twitter had, met and exceeded all expectations as being like this tool that everyone could use to engage. It became the public square. And then around the 7th tweet in, he talks about how these tools that they use, that they're finding more uses for, and that outsiders of the company started petitioning to manipulate speech as well. First, something innocuous, and then it became obviously more frequent, and then it started happening constantly. And by the time that the 2020 election rolled around, you now have campaigns, the Biden and Trump campaign, but mostly the Biden, because let's be honest, Twitter tends to own it. They skew heavily one way. You could say both sides, but it's really just one side at this point. Where specifically within the content moderation side, the Biden team would send over, these links of tweets, and someone will respond, handled these, whatever that means. It basically requests from the connected actors, as Taibbi writes, to delete these tweets. Now it continues on to the Hunter Biden laptop stories, 2 stories that were posted by the New York Post. And if you if you don't suffer from amnesia like I do, Jay, what happened then? What happened around that time? I can't remember.
So that was around that time was getting the stage set up for the 2020 elections, and they suppressed a story about a laptop that belonged to Hunter Biden that had a lot of incriminating evidence, and also just like disgusting videos and sound clips and emails on his dealings with China and potential links with his father to these dealings as well. And instead of, allowing this story to be, organically posted on Twitter, they were suppressing it. And they were suppressing it as you go through Matt Taibbi's tweet thread by the FBI. And the excuse they used on this was some vague TOS that they just produced for this specific case, talking about not posting hacked materials on Twitter. And the biggest story before this, if you remember, was Trump's hacked tax returns.
Right. And that was posted everywhere, right?
That was posted everywhere. That was not suppressed. You had video clips of Chris Hayes with boobs on there talking about it and everything. And there was no suppression of the story whatsoever on any of the
Chris Hayes has what are we talking about with Chris Hayes? He's got boobs now.
I think because Chris Hayes is gender fluid. When he's a chick, he's Rachel Maddow, and when he's a guy with boobs, it's Chris Hayes. So it's like he goes from one to the other.
Are we talking like C or D cups?
I think when he's Rachel Maddow, she tapes her boobs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But
Chris Hayes himself has
he's got some things.
He's got some titties on him.
Those things are thanging, are they?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wood. Anyways, getting back to the Twitter files. Now you mentioned, of course, that that Twitter suppressed these the New York Post story over the premise that they were hacked materials. However, there was no evidence for them to even come to that determination. They acted before they even had essentially 100% evidence that it was hacked. Yes, cheers to that. I'm going light tonight.
Oh, like every other night, being a bitch.
That's true. I'm a lightweight. So they make up this excuse that the Hunter Biden laptop story was hacked materials. They thought they were forewarned. Twitter, as well as Facebook, was forewarned. Mark Zuckerberg admitted this on Joe Rogan, that the FBI had approached him and his company saying that, hey, just FYI, we're gonna you should be on the lookout. There's gonna be some, disinformation campaigns from Russia that you all need to, keep an eye out for. And so when that happened with the Hunter Biden laptop story, all these internal communications show that basically Twitter acted through Vijaya Gade, Yoel Roth,
Vagina
Gade, Yoel Roth, and Deputy General Counsel Jim Baker, who used to be in the actual FBI, who is somehow working for Twitter at this point. Well, was working for Twitter. He was fired, I believe, yesterday. Jay, was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday.
I think it was yesterday. And it was really hilarious because you had people like Ben Collins and everybody like going up and say, "I can't believe they released the name of this private citizen just so it's a new boogeyman for Fox News to harass and all this type of shit." When the same people didn't give a flying fuck for going after your grandmother for sharing a fucking meme on Facebook, or going after a kid in his fucking room for creating a GIF. These same fucks are going to go and white knight a fucking FBI informant and employee and former FBI employee, a lawyer, somebody who had immense fucking power compared to these other people that they go and harass, especially like the Covington kids as well, or fucking what's his name, the kid,
Nick Sandman, Kyle Rittenhouse.
Kyle Rittenhouse or Nick Sandman, or all these other people who are like nothing compared to this fucking guy. Baker actually had real power and abused his fucking power for a political party that they agree with. The best thing, one of the best things, honestly, that Twitter has shown us is exactly what reporters and journalists are, especially in the corporate media. Absolute fucking shills and pieces of fucking garbage.
Yeah. We got a $5 super chat over on Rumble. Julian Delfiki, thank you. Says Taco Bell takedown is when you get tricked by someone into eating their ass the day after they had Taco Bell. That's
not a trick. That's a reward.
That's a reward. It is that you do get a little bit more flavor in there. So.